Vivid View.
Say and do it.
I am a Healy, so welcome to this talk show. Thanks to God. Healy's Corner. What attracts us to someone seldom binds us to them. Say something, somebody.
Yes, this is Bukola. What attracts us to someone seldom bind us with them actually means to me that your first impression lasts longer. Whatever you do at the first time will determine if someone will keep a relationship with you at the long run. Thank you.
Nosmark David, my name. I believe that in every relationship, something must bring two people together. That is good, but for the relationship to continue going, it needs hard work, it needs understanding and attitude, because that thing that brings two or more people together is not the main ingredients that will keep them going. If they don't work on themselves, if they don't continue to see more understanding and attitude that will make them to continue building on that relationship, then they will eventually break up. Thank you.
I'm Kayode Dale. What attracts us to someone seldom binds us to them is attitude, character, and comportment. If somebody has everything in this world and you lack good character or attitude, you can't go anywhere. So we need to develop a good character. Thank you.
Thank you so much for the brilliant answers you have just given. As a matter of fact, character is almost everything. You know, first time, what attracts a lady to a man could be the front and back side. It could be that the lady is fair. Oh, that is first sight, you know. And then you come closer to that girl. The same thing for ladies to men. It could be handsome, tall, black, and whatever. You just see the boy, oh, this guy is good. And you go close. But later on, I discover that there's no character anywhere to back it up. Character is so important. The guy could be a beast, a beater. That's why I use the word beast. And the lady could be mannerless, no respect, nothing whatsoever. You know, she doesn't care and all that. As the friendship progresses, you're able to discover this. I don't think this friendship will continue. I may not be able to cope. It takes grace of God for some people, maybe to be able to talk to these people, their partners, so to say, or their friends, and there could be little change for them to continue with the relationship. But if not, that is the end of such a relationship. So if you can find out that it's true, that not what attracts us to our friends binds us to them. So they are already changed because of certain things we discover along the line. Now, thank you so much. Enough of this. We'll go straight to today's topic. As a matter of fact, it takes courage to build a relationship that endures. The topic for discussion today is strengthening the values of family relationship. So please stay with us as we observe this short break. When we come back, the guests will be introduced. Vivid View.
Say and do it.
Welcome back. In case you're just joining us, the topic again is strengthening the values of family relationship. And with me in the studio is a known face, is a servant of God. Let's make welcome Apostle Chinedu Nda.
Vivid View.
Say and do it.
Before discussion proper, please follow us on our social media handles are displayed on the screen. Apostle, you're welcome again.
Thank you so much.
So let's just go straight to business of today.
Okay.
Your perspective and understanding on the subject matter.
Strengthening family values. Strengthening values.
The values of family relationship. Yeah.
Strengthening.
Yeah.
Before I go into the subject, I want to look at some definitions so we know the perspectives
Exactly.
from where we are entering. We define strengthening as adding strength, making better, propping up, enhancing. Those words can be synonymous with strengthening. But the key word there is family values.
Values, yeah.
Now, family is something we have to talk about. Normally, in the United States, the family has a traditional family, which is nuclear family, where you have the husband who is the breadwinner, and the
Wife
wife,
and
the
children.
wife, the homemaker, and they have their own biological children or adopted children. That's the core family. But any deviation from this now is no longer the nuclear family.
All extended.
It's extended family, and it could include the uncles, the aunties, the grandfather, grandmother,
And so on.
and so on. And then we have the African setting where you have polygamy as family. You know, where one man, many wives, and it's allowed, it's law. So that could be defined as family. So, but whether it's polygamy or the nuclear family or whatever, each family is supposed to have values that powers the family, that creates an environment where they can live together in peace, harmony, and everybody satisfied. That's the main reason why we have values. So values can be defined as a set of ethics, character traits, and other behavioral issues that are adopted by an institution or a family. You know, so they use it to run the structure of the family and live together in peace. So without value in the family, there will be no peace. Some people will not enjoy the family.
It turned to house of commotion.
It will become a house of commotion, it become a jungle. So it starts from the family. And this is very important, because when you have no value in the family, the output, the children that come from that family begin to go into society and transport the same thing to the society. So we now have that, I say, the way I put it, that broken families present broken individuals who in turn make broken societies. So the whole thing is very, very important. In fact, it's an issue that's been bothering me personally. You know, so we are talking about strengthening, you know, family values or relationships.
Yeah.
You know, if we do that, we will have a better society in return. If we don't, which we are experiencing now, you know, all over the place, there's failure everywhere.
So sad.
Failure everywhere, not only in Nigeria, all over the world. There is no standard again for judging what is right or what is wrong, and it all comes from the family. Those who are influencing society, those who are governing society, those who are every member of society playing one role or the other comes out of a family. So if we take care of the family, the rest will take care of itself.
Thank you so much. We'll go for a short break now. Vivid View.
Say it and do it.
Welcome back. Still discussing strengthening the values of family relationship. And with me in the studio is Apostle Chinedu Nda. This takes me to the second question. It says, we'd like to know why is family values a key to community development?
Wonderful. This is very key, very, very key to community development. The people that govern the community, the people that influence thoughts in community, that influence society, every one of them comes out of a family.
That's true.
So whatever is imputed into them in the family determines how the society will become. If we have wrong people, wrong families, we will produce wrong individuals. I mean, in our own case in Nigeria, it's so blatantly, evident.
Clear, yeah.
We have government officials who come out to lie on TV about something that is so clear to everybody that it's not that way. We have people who come and defend what is wrong. They know it's wrong and they defend it
With impunity.
with impunity. we have people who are, human lives don't matter anymore to so many people. They can take your life, it doesn't matter. It's because there is no core value. If you had some core values which are guiding your actions, which have become part of you,
should be practiced in the family.
There's a line you cannot cross. There are things you cannot do. You know that the real issue about values is to create an atmosphere where people live together, work together in harmony and peace and prosperity. So if we don't have the values, everything will break down in society. There's breakdown of law and order. You know, if you don't have values, black on white, white on black dichotomy, all kinds of issues rise up in society. There's chaos everywhere. There's chaos because the family is not in the right position. So if we begin to strengthen the family values, inculcating children and youths what the family thinks, how they think they should be before they go out there in society, you know, you will find that the society at large will become like that.
That's true.
You know, so if we run our families well, the society will be better. And what affected the families is affecting societies. Two things affected families recently: the World War, which killed men. You know, men have a role they play in the family, and women have a role they play in a person's life. So they kill the fathers, and then you have this industrial revolution where men who are working years, well, they are now having more demands on their time for industry. And then you have the women who are going to work who they lost their husband in the war, and they have to work to support the family. First of all, the input of the husband and the child is no longer there.
No more there, yeah.
Then the mother is going to work, leaving the child alone.
It's also an issue.
It's an issue.
Nobody to direct.
Nobody to direct and guide the child. Now that's number one. Number two, you have the industrial revolution where even when the husband and wife are living together, both of them are working. They go to work in the morning. Sometimes they leave the children with the housemaid and go to work in the morning. So the child is asleep when they leave the house, particularly in Lagos. And then when they come back at night, the child is asleep also. So some children don't even know their father or their mother very well.
So bad.
Not because having time to inculcate values. It's when you spend time with your family that you have enough time to inculcate the values. So this is affecting society because you throw up children who grow up into adults with no values, no character, and then anything goes. That's the way it is.
Yeah, thank you so much. That's exactly what we're saying now, because a good family, as we usually say, makes a good church, and a good church makes a good society. And
Yes.
of good society, the larger part makes a good nation.
Yes.
So what you just noted now are key things really that parents nowadays should also see how they can look into it so that we can bring up our children in the way and manner that will solve our problems and solve the problems in the society. You know, because if we treat them, what are these values actually talking about? We're talking about moral practices.
Yes.
That is the value we're talking
Things
about.
like integrity,
do to others what you wish them
loyalty,
to do to you.
yes.
These are things. Don't steal. Don't be attracted to somebody's thing. Don't show wickedness. You know, forgiveness. These are values we're talking
values
about. When somebody does something, please forgive and let's continue. And you know, don't be a false witness. What you don't know, you say you know it. Just because you'll be giving little tip and all that, or tips and all that. So these are what we're talking about when we talk about values. And of course, as Christian home, prayer in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening, as the
Yes.
case may be, you bring them together and then you teach them what they ought to know. But because we are being so busy as parents, I'm not out of it. But maybe I've sailed out now because my children are grown up now. And I also try my time, I must confess, in my own time as well, to ensure that we inculcate these values into our own children. So that's what we are saying. When we do that, this society will be good. Because if family A say, don't steal, don't be a false witness, family B mention the same thing, then who will now be, everybody will be okay. So take a break now. Vivid View.
Say and do it.
Welcome back. Still discussing strengthening the values of family relationship. That takes me again, Apostle, to the third question. Says, why does it seem that our values are eroded? And what are the implications?
Yes, values are eroded because we can see it from the whole society. In fact, right now, it's like everybody's accepting what is wrong as right. That is the acceptable thing now. What used to be wrong before is now acceptable.
Fully welcome in our
From dress
society.
code to behaviors to actions that you thought, okay, this is even from the Bible. What the Bible says is wrong is now acceptable as vogue.
As writing.
So everybody's now accepting what is wrong. to be right.
Same
Same-sex marriage.
and all those stuff.
Consensual relationships, living together when you're not husband and wife, and this throws up children sometimes. When you live together with a woman, you're not married.
I wonder.
First of all, a man who does that has no vision about his life. He doesn't know where it's going. It is before you get married, you must have a vision of the kind of family you want to raise.
Exactly.
And then you must have a vision of the kind of people, the children you want to throw from that family. You must have a vision of how to get there. You must have a plan on how to fulfill your vision. So to go and stay with a woman is like you're just satisfying your selfish, lost. That has nothing to do with family. But eventually it brings out children, and then you have no idea how to raise the child. Children are like plants.
Of course.
They need to be cultivated to grow well and produce fruits. So if you don't cultivate the plant, it will not be fruitful.
You don't weed it from time to time.
Yes, you have to weed, you have to
yeah.
put manure, you have to dig around it and make sure. So by the time you have raised your children very well, they grow up into adults who are stable in their mindset, and then this in turn influences their relationship outside the home, in society,
the environment,
and then they have a stable society as a result of having stable people. But when you have unstable people who are running things, who are influencing, look at the kind of people who are role models right now. People who become role models because they have plenty of money, but there's no character. So they influence thoughts. On social media, you have people like that, they are saying all kinds of things and they have nothing to do with whether something is right or wrong. All they want is whether it's good. Something might be good and not be right. Something might be inconvenient, but it's right.
That's right.
So the point is, we have to go back and begin to see how to rebuild nations by rebuilding families, by strengthening the values in the families. Once you do that, the one in the society will automatically take its place.
Yes. Parents begin to look into the affairs of your children.
Yes.
It is wrong for a mother to just fold your hands and your daughter comes in, changing clothes that you didn't give her money to buy.
Yes.
And you close your mouth. I know poverty to some extent will be because of that. But even in your poverty, speak to your daughter. This is not right. Just endure for a little while. This is not going to remain like this. And truly, it's not remain like this.
Yes.
It's not going to remain and die in poverty. But it should be done right in the right way. Your son is bringing in flashy car, you didn't give as a student. He comes home with a flashy car, you didn't ask, where did you get this? Doing 419 Yahoo. And you are even encouraging. Some people are even forming a mothers union for Yahoo boys. Can you imagine what we are seeing in the world? That's exactly what you said.
Yes.
What we condemn before is what we're not accepting in our society. And that is the implication.
Yes.
Problem here and there.
That's
Children doing
chaos.
things on their own. They will kill at will without conscience because of the background. So this is what we are discussing. Please, the implication of family that have no value is enormous. We really need to do something and leave the rest to God. Okay, why do family values have impact on nation building?
Yes.
Does it really have impact on nation building?
It does. How do we build a nation? We begin to look at the different parts of the society, the economy, the politics, the social atmosphere, and these strata of society are governed by human beings. They are influenced by human beings. The thoughts in society are influenced by human beings. So I see that if we really want to have a stable society, build the nation, you must build the family. You must build the family. And let me just emphasize something, that if you plan to have a family, either you're in a family right now or you are planning to have one, want to get married, you have to start making plans on how to spend time with your children. Because what we have now, there's not much you can do about our society right now. But there is something we can do about the future. Definitely. The coming generation can change what is going on now.
Exactly.
And it is us who are talking about it now that have the obligation. We owe it to Nigeria.
That's a duty.
It's not enough to complain. You know, now we are focusing on the issue. We know we can do something.
Yeah.
You start from your own family.
Exactly.
You start from your own. If you are trying to start a family, try to have a vision of the kind of children you will raise, the kind of how they will be when they are adults, how they will look like, the kind of character they have. Then also you have to speak to your spouse, and two of you will have the same vision. So when you get married, even though both of you are working, you have to find ways. Because I know that it's tough now to get by. So husband and wife have to work.
Yeah.
So it's very easy to take that as excuse for abandoning children at home or with somebody else. We have seen a case of where a house girl is maltreating a child in the absence of the parents, tormenting that child. How would that child, when he grow up, relate to somebody under them?
You do same now.
So they have learned by practice.
Yes.
So the point is, we must find ways to communicate values. We must also beforehand
No matter how
state
busy
out
we
the
are.
values you want to have in your children, and then find ways to communicate those values. Even though you're working and you're working overtime, there's so much technology now that you can use to, you know, get to your children wherever they are. You can see them. There are many gadgets you can have. You can put gadgets in your house that tells you what's going on in your house wherever you are. And on your phone, you can know what's going on. You can communicate by video call or by whatever with them. So we cannot take technology or working overtime as an excuse for destroying the future generation of the nation. So if you want to build, we can't build on this one that is already decayed, but we can build a better one, starting afresh from the families we have right now.
So because our program is talking to the youths, we also believe that we will not condemn the ones we are seeing now completely.
Yes.
They too can learn.
Yes.
And also retrieve themselves. Oh, what I'm doing is actually wrong. It's not really the right thing to do. So they can take correction. That's the essence of this. So those of you youth that are already haywire, those of you that claim to be Kaba under the bridge, now we day. We are not born to remain under the bridge. You're not born to become an area boy, and you'll be so proud answering your area boy or area madam or lady. No, that's not for you. So you can as well change as you hear us now. There's still room for you to change. There's always time and room for changes. So change. And when we also build our future, by our parents taking care, coming up to with their responsibility. It's important. No matter how busy we are, let's give our children little time. And that little time you give them is you're inculcating the values into them. And when they grow, like Bible says, they will not forget it. And so please, it's so important that we do this. We'll take a break now. Later we'll continue. Vivid View.
Say and do it.
Welcome back. Still discussing strengthening the values of family relationship. Now, Apostle, the last question before I hand over to the audience is, how do we raise and strengthen value-oriented family now?
Wow. It's a wonderful topic, which has to do with knowing that marriage, first of all, is playing a role in the society. First of all, is the official means of perpetuating a particular race through reproduction. But also, it creates atmosphere for bonding and love in the family. Secondly, is the agency for social engineering in a society, because it's the children that we raise in the family that goes into society, form society. We ourselves together with them. So how do we build, as a question?
Yeah. How do we now strengthen the values?
Strengthen the values. First of all, we must know what the values are. We must set out values themselves, that this is what I want my family to have.
Yeah, must identify them.
You must identify the values.
Then, yes.